Hello guys, my name is Claire and welcome back to Reform by Claire. Today we are going to do a short core-based workout. I will be using my magic circle. Now, if you don't have a magic circle for most of these exercises, you can also use a ball, okay? So if you haven't got a circle, just grab a ball and follow along with me. To get started, I'm going to pop on a red and a blue spring, which is a medium and a light spring. And then I'm going to come and lay down on my back. So get nice and comfy. You can just place that circle down for one moment here. And I'm going to close down the eyes and come into a little bit of breath work to get us started. If you prefer to keep your eyes open, that's fine. Your hands can either just rest down beside you on your carriage, or if you like to get that physical feedback from your body, take one hand up to your heart space and one hand down to your low belly. And just start to feel that natural rhythm of your breath. Can you note to yourself if you're breathing fast or if you are starting to slow it down as you focus in? As we focus in on our breath, I really like to take this time to set my intentions for my workout. Sometimes it is just about addressing what your body feels like. Do you need to go a little bit gentler? Are you just here for movement today? Or do you want to take a nice short period to get a really strong burn? Can you also just press pause on the outside world? And know that this time is for you. Everything will be there waiting when you finish. And you'll be able to better deal with anything that's going on in your life thanks to the movement that you've offered yourself today. Now, can you start to follow that breath as you breathe in through the nose? Can you follow the breath going all the way down to the belly? The belly rises as the ribs expand. And then as that breath comes back up and out through the mouth, it's slightly warmer than it was when it went in. As you continue with your breath, let's just bring the hands up towards our shoulder blocks here and the heels to the wide parts of the foot bar. And just start to take a gentle rock with those knees from side to side, like windscreen wipers, just rinsing out through the sides of the body. Taking that little twist through the back, getting that opening through your hips. And gently bringing those knees back up through center. I'm going to keep my hands on my shoulder blocks here. Draw my back down, the belly pulls in. So we're nice and braced through that low belly, and bring the legs up to a tabletop position. Knees are over the hips and our ankles are down in line with our knees. And we're going to take our pendulum to warm up through the belly here. So inhale as you draw the knees just a few inches over to the right. And then exhale, use those deep abdominal muscles to lift your knees back up over your hips. Inhale as we come over to the left. And exhale as you pull back up. Now, as you do this, we don't want to bring the knees all the way over so that you have to use your hands to press against those shoulder blocks and come back up. We just want to make it really small so that your fingertips can stay light. They're there for support, so you definitely can use them a little bit to help with that press in to draw the knees back up. But as soon as you're able to take back control using that low belly, then you just release that grip slightly. We're not going to take many here. This is a really nice effective warm-up to get those deep abdominal muscles right in the low belly on. They're the ones that we're going to need for most of the work we're doing today. Those stabilizing muscles in around the pelvis. And coming back through center here, can we take those knees hip width apart? We can inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, right leg goes long just over the foot bar. Inhale to draw it back in. And exhale, left leg lengthens. We draw in and right and in, over to the left. Beautiful. So keep that going here, left to right. Maybe you want to take your hands away from the shoulder blocks here. You shouldn't necessarily need them for this little bit of work. You can have them down beside you, or like me, you could take your hands just to rest your fingertips on your hips and get that feedback that your pelvis is nice and stable here. Now it is up to those deep abdominal muscles to stabilize the pelvis. So thinking about pulling that belly down here, the ribs down, and wrapping around the midline. If you've heard of your TA, your transverse abdominals, referred to as your Pilates corset before, I want you to think as a corset less about what your figure should look like and more about what it's doing to that midline, the stability that a corset provides you. So stabilizing the pelvis and the spine here to give us a really nice strong trunk as we work through these. Next time the right leg goes long, hold it long. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Keep that left leg nice and still, and just be sure you don't swing that leg up and down. We want to have full control. If you can tap the back of your calf to the foot bar, great. Otherwise, a few inches down and then back up is also fine. Let's go for 2 more. 1 more here. Then exhale, lower. Inhale, draw that right knee back in. And exhale, left leg long. We lift it. And lower. And lift. And lower. Again, stabilizing through those hips. The deep abdominal muscles firing on. Think about hip bones drawing in, belly pulling in. Down towards your spine with that belly button to flatten out through that low belly to stabilize those hips. Those deep abdominal muscles are firing on. You should feel this nice and low. Let's go for 3, for 2, and 1 more here, lowering down, lifting back up, and resting your feet back down onto your foot bar. Take a gentle rock here from side to side. We've got 1 more round to work through. This one we're going to work double leg. So if you find that challenging, option 1, you can take your hands to your shoulder blocks. Option 2, when we take our double leg extension, aim higher towards the ceiling just to take some tension off the low back. Option number 3, if neither of those options feel good for you, then you can just come back to your single leg extension and work through that round again. So when you're ready, hands in your chosen position, either down beside you or up next to you, your head on your shoulder blocks. Can we find that belly drawing in, fire through deep abdominal muscles, legs up to tabletop, and knees squeeze in towards each other. Inhale as we prepare, and exhale, extend both legs. Inhale, draw in, and exhale, extend. As you bring the knees in, don't pull them further in than over your hips. And as you extend the legs, can you press your breath out, pull that belly down. Hip bones to stay square. Maybe you want to feel. The back shouldn't arch at all. The belly shouldn't stick out. And if you need to, hands to the shoulder blocks to find that support here. Just gentle fingertips, okay? Most of the work of control should be through those deep abdominal muscles. Your hands are just there to support you if you feel like you need that extra little bit of support. Feel the ribs pulling down on that breath. We'll go 2 more. Can you hold out on your next one for me? This is strong, so if you need to, bring those hands up. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, can you slowly lower them down just as far as you can before your back lifts. Inhale, lift to the ceiling. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lift. A few inches is fine for the lower. If you can come all the way down and tap that foot bar, great. Otherwise, hands to the shoulder blocks to provide you with that support. Just 3. 2. Can you feel that shake in my breath? 1 more. Lift up, rest the feet down. Whew. Take that windscreen wiper. Nice work. So these tiny little movements are just such an effective way to warm up through the deep abdominal muscles for us to work through some more intense exercises now. Now, still using the low belly, I'm going to come into some pelvic curls. So we want to use the low belly to have control about where our hips are, but the emphasis is going to be on our hamstrings and our glutes for this next little moment. Hold your circle. So grab that circle now, hold it up towards the ceiling. And I just want you to take a couple of squeezes in to the circle, okay? So your heels can just stay resting down. We just keep our body nice and flat down on the carriage. We're squeezing those hands in towards each other with the arms lengthened, the elbows soft. And all I want you to do is notice which muscles are working as you do this, okay? So first and foremost, I can feel like First and foremost, I can feel the insides of my arms working. So those biceps are switching on. We're working all the way down the insides of the arms and connecting through to the chest muscles. So my chest muscles almost feel them lifting as I squeeze to really find that strength, that connection through to the trunk. If you're inhaling as you release and exhaling as you squeeze in, this is going to make you stronger. And what you should also notice is the belly working. Okay, so it comes quite naturally, particularly since the core is nice and warm. And as you squeeze, you should feel that belly switch on. Let's do 2 more. Last one here. And then just release that circle, but keep the arms reaching up to the ceiling. Heels are going to come hip width apart. Press the heels down into that foot bar because it is quite a light spring. So as we come into pelvic curls, our hamstrings are going to need to switch on. I like to start in neutral. So just give that tailbone a little bit of a tuck and tilt, your pelvis a little bit of a tuck and tilt forward and back until you find a nice neutral position here. The tailbone is heavy, the ribs are down, and that back is not overarching, it's just neutral. Then as you inhale, I want you to pull your back down, squeeze your bottom, and then exhale, tuck your tail and roll yourself up, pulling the carriage into the stopper. Inhale, squeeze that circle at the top, and then as you exhale, you release the circle and roll down through the spine. Inhale, at the bottom, we tuck the tail, squeeze the bottom. Exhale, roll up. Hold at the top as you inhale, squeeze. And exhale, roll yourself back down, releasing that circle. Keep that going. Keep your carriage parked the whole time if you can. As soon as you tuck your tail, squeeze the bottom and feel those glutes fire on. Your hamstrings should not switch off at all. Even as you rest down at the bottom and come through neutral, your heels are pressing into that foot bar to keep your carriage parked nice and strong at that stopper. Make sure you get that nice big squeeze at the top so we do get those chest muscles working as well. Today's core focus, this really is our main opportunity to feel the rest of the body working. It's nice to get the body nice and warm as we come into some more intense movements here. We also want to get those hips open so that we don't get any hip flexor taking over some of our core work that we're going to come through. Hold up next time you come up for me. So pressing down through the heels, find that pelvic curl. We're going to inhale, halfway lower the hips, release the circle. Exhale, lift the hips, squeeze the circle. Inhale, halfway lower. Exhale, squeeze to lift. Keep the arms long, the shoulders down. Keep your carriage parked. Hamstrings are on here. Glutes are firing. Let's go for 4. 3. Squeeze your bottom at the top for me. 2. And 1 more squeeze, hold up. Squeeze into that circle. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold the squeeze. Pulse your hips up, up, up. Squeeze a circle. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pulse it up, up, up. 1 more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hips pulse up, up, up. And roll all the way down. Whew. Give your legs a little shake out from side to side. Oh my. And we have 1 more round of pelvic curls here. We're going to take the circle, place it in between the inner thighs. So just getting it up near the knees, okay? If it feels uncomfortable, move it around. There are some really delicate muscles in there right at the top of the inner thighs near the knees. Whew. Keep your carriage parked and our heels want to come back to that hip width apart position, okay? So our knees will be wider than our heels. I want you to have a gentle bit of pressure on the circle, just enough to feel that connection all the way through the inner thigh. And we want to start through that neutral spine. So we're going to inhale, tuck the tail down, squeeze the bottom. Exhale, roll yourself all the way up. Ooh, squeeze that circle at the top. And then inhale, release the circle and bring the back down. Exhale, roll yourself up, squeeze the circle. Inhale, release and roll back down. That's it. Want to keep that carriage parked. Exhale, rolling up and squeeze. It's a faster movement. Inhale, release and roll back down. Exhale, curling up and squeeze. Inhale, little release and come back down. Now this is a pretty strong position for those inner thigh squeezes. You've already got that pelvic floor lifted. You've already got those deep abdominal muscles on. So you should be able to change the shape of that circle here. Let's just do 3 more. That's it. Inhale down. Exhale, 2 more. And last one, hold up at the top, squeeze, release. Hold that curl, squeeze, release. For 6, 5, pull the carriage in. 4, 3, 2, hold the squeeze, pulse your hips up, up, up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll down. Ooh. Take your feet into that circle, lengthen them up. Take a quick hamstring stretch here, maybe a little pedal. Oh my. We can take the soles of the feet together and have a little bit of a rock here, releasing inner thighs. All right, our break is a spring change. So we are going to come up and change the spring. Take your time to get there. So I'm going to take off my blue spring and just leave my 1 medium spring on. So I've got 1 red on, and the foot bar's coming all the way down to a nice flat position. And then we'll come and lay back down onto our back. Now, keeping our circle with us, the circle is going to be in the left hand, holding onto one of the rubber parts in the left hand. And then my right hand is going to take my strap into the hand. I've got my short loop in my hand. Then pressing into the strap, so you're just off the stopper here. Lift the left leg up and place that circle up against the top of the thigh here. So like I said earlier, if you have a ball, you can do the exact same thing. Just place the ball against the thigh, hand against the ball. All right. So from here, we are going to brace through that low belly, lift the right leg up to tabletop. We want to keep a neutral spine, ribs down here, and we start to sweep into the right hand. Inhale as we lift up, and exhale as we sweep. So at the moment, I'm not putting any tension into that left hand at all, into the circle. I'm just focusing on that control through the pelvis, okay? So what you might feel with this single arm and strap is those hips rocking from side to side. So I want you to make sure you've got those deep abdominal muscles firing on here to help keep them nice and stable. Once you've got that under your control, we can start to add a very gentle push into that left hand as we sweep the right hand. Now, what you might want to do is resist by pulling that left knee in, but instead keep the left knee right where it is and resist by pulling your ribs down and your belly button in. And you should feel your abdominals working. That's it. So the full set of abdominals here are all working. We have rectus abdominals, the top of the abs. You should feel them fire as you sweep the arm down. We've got deep abdominal muscles stabilizing, keeping the knees up over the hips as we press into that circle. And our obliques are on here, particularly down that left side. If it's there for you, add right leg extending as you sweep your arm. And maybe you want to add a curl on. All right, I'm not going to stay here super long. We're going to go for 6. Beautiful, full breaths here. We have 4. Make sure you get that nice squeeze into the circle. 2 more. Hold up on this next one. Just pressing in to the circle. Breathe out, out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, bring it all the way home. Oh, you can let that strap go down onto the hook. Give your knees a gentle rock from side to side. And we are turning straight over onto our right side, okay? So we turn over onto the right side. I'm popping my headrest up so that my head can just be in more of a supported position. If you need to put a ball under there for support, that is fine. And then actually I'm going to pop this circle in between my ankles and lengthen my legs straight down the center of my carriage. And then I'm reaching behind my head. So the strap behind my head, not in front of my head. And I'm going to take that strap into my left arm and reach my left arm up towards the ceiling. Now, if the medium spring is too heavy, you can go into the long loop, you can go into the short loop if that's an option for you, whatever suits you, okay? So we're in this side lying position. My hand is reaching straight up over the shoulder, not over my head. So up over the shoulder, and my legs are in one long line. Now, if you find there's a bony part on the side of your hip and this position is uncomfortable, you can bring your hip forward an inch, but don't send it back an inch, okay? All right, when you're ready, we take our inhale here to prepare. Expand the ribs. As we exhale, can you sweep your hands down and just reach down the side of the thigh? Inhale to lift, and exhale, sweep. Beautiful. All right, so we've got that little lift in the side of the body here as well. So the hips are stacked. I'm making a little tunnel underneath your side. We start to add a double leg lift. So you'll get a little bit of inner thigh activation as we lift those legs up. You'll also feel the intensity through those left side obliques. All right, to make this stronger, we lift the head and chest. Inhale, lower down. Make sure you rest that head each time. You don't want to hold tension through that neck. We're not going to be here for long, but it should feel strong and fast. Can you add a little inner thigh squeeze? Now in this position, you probably won't get a lot of movement through that circle. I just want you to feel that connection through to the inner thighs at the top. Beautiful. Let's go for 10 seconds here. Stay with me, you're doing well. At the end of this 10, we're going to hold up at the top, all right? That's in 5 seconds only. Feel that squeeze, that reach. 3, 2, sweep up, hold up, reach as far as you can. Pulse those legs up, up, up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Bring it home. Take the strap, pop it down. Give the side of the body a little squeeze. As you roll over back onto your back, maybe open up those legs for a moment. Releasing through the inner thighs. Oh. All right. We just have the other side to work and we're finished. Okay? Let's get it nice and even. I'm going to place that headrest back down. You're welcome to keep it up. It won't make a huge difference. I'm going to hold my circle in my right hand and my strap in my left hand. Take your right knee up first. Find that rubber part up against the top of your thigh near the knee. Brace through your belly. Deep abdominals on first. Then lift the left leg to tabletop. Belly needs to be nice and tight, hip bones pulling in, so we find the stability to add on that sweep here. Reaching down and inhale coming up. So the first few here, no tension into that right hand, just enough to keep the circle nice and stable. We focus on getting that deep abdominal control before we add on anything. Once you've got it, once you've found that stability, add a gentle push into that circle as you sweep your left hand. So left hand sweeps, right hand presses, belly pulls in. Don't resist by pulling the knee in. Keep the abs working. Feel the deep abdominal muscles firing. You don't want to feel this through your thigh and your hip flexor. That is a sign that your knee is pulling in and you're not using the abs as much as you should be. Really take your time here. Focus every single sweep. You want to feel the belly on. It's really important we use the breath to activate those abdominal muscles and keep them tight the whole time. If it's there for you, add that left leg extending. And maybe add a curl. All right, any version of this that suits you is fine, but we've got 6 that we're gonna work through like this. 5, then we're holding up. In 4, 3, 2, hold up here. 1, squeeze a circle and release. for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, come all the way down. All right, last round of work. We are almost there. We're rolling over onto our left side. My headrest is up, or your ball can come underneath you. Then that circle is coming down in between your ankles. You're going to lengthen those legs long. This is the trickiest part, I reckon, getting the legs in place. Grab the strap from behind your head. Reach your hand into your long or short loop. Stack your hips here. Lift that waist up just a little bit. Make sure that your hip is not rocking back. If anything, bring it forward. And let's get ready for this double leg lift. We sweep the hand just to start with, reaching the fingertips down the side of the body. Just so we get that movement correct, yeah? So just start with that sweep. Every time the arm comes up, it's over the shoulder. Then we add our double leg lift. Inhale, lift. Exhale, the legs come up an inch. And you just feel a little bit more inner thigh with that double leg lift. And you also just feel the intensity through those right obliques a little bit more. Then finally, we add that head lift if it's there for you, reaching a little bit further. Inhale, lower. Exhale, reach. Beautiful. Now this is the full set of movement. We're not adding anything else on from here. I just want you to work through this as strong as you can. Use your breath. Keep that control. Try not to rush here. If you rush, you'll probably just end up breathing faster, and then you just lose that control here. All right, 10 more seconds. And you reach a little further each time. In 6, we're going to hold at the top for those pulses to finish. In 4, 3, 2, hold it up, reach further, pulse your legs up, up, up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Pop the strap down, bring it home. Oh, roll over onto your back, open those knees out. You can put your circle all the way down here. Take a moment. Let those knees open to the side. Let those hips relax. You can just add a gentle push down through your hips, pressing your thighs away from your body if that feels nice for you. For me, it just helps to release the hips a little bit as I let go and I breathe out. And just find some stillness here. I'm going to bring the knees up, take the feet to the wide parts of my mattress at the end of my reformer, hands up to the shoulder blocks, and just gently start to rock those knees from side to side. Take your time, follow your breath. Feel your heart rate just start to settle back down. Bring those knees back up through center. And let's just draw them into the belly and give them a nice big squeeze. Allow your tail to tuck under here. Maybe take a gentle rock. Just release those hips. Tuck your chin up. Turn yourself into a tiny ball. Take a nice big inhale as you brace and squeeze everything. And then exhale, let it all go. And rest back down. You can take your knees back apart or bring them together, whatever feels most comfortable for you. If you can, open your arms out to the side just so your heart space is nice and open. We're going to come back to that breath. Nice big inhale breath, the ribs expand. And exhale, let it go. Inhale here. And exhale. On this last breath, can you draw it in nice and slow, and we'll hold at the top. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, guys. When you're ready, you can come back to and start to make moves. Whew, bringing yourself up whenever you're ready, or just chilling out there for as long as you like. I hope that you enjoyed today's class with the magic circle, inner thighs and core. I will see you guys back next time. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this class. There is plenty more where this came from, and I look forward to making more workouts for you guys to do. Don't forget to take it easy, stretch if you feel sore, and rehydrate, and I'll see you soon.